Hello and welcome to the next episode of Let's Kvetch. Welcome to our show. I'm Raphael, Leban, your co-kvetcher with my co-kvetch here,
Howard Wedgle.
and we are delighted to see you back for our fourth episode, even though there's
No one's seen the first three.
the first three haven't been out there either, so this might as well be another first episode. Stop kvetching about that.
Okay, all right.
Yo, welcome to the show. It's Let's Kvetch, where mindful speech and wisdom always stretch. Rabbi Raphael, Howard on the mic, dropping Torah gems every day insight.
This is the beginning of a wonderful new series in which we hope to talk about some of the art, the science, the magic of kvetching. And what's our tagline?
Oh, kvetch responsibly.
Kvetch responsibly.
No, that's a good one. I like that. You came up with that one. No, it's very good. It's honestly very good.
It really captures it. We don't want anyone to be harmed in kvetching. The making of this show. No animals, no family members, no community members, no shul members were harmed in the recording of this episode today.
One's intelligence might have been hurt, but no.
All right, someone will explain that the joke to us in the comments, please. Okay. And if you'd like
in the show notes,
and you'd like to call in and add a kvetcher, be a guest kvetcher, so you could just email us at let's kvetch at cleanspeech.com.
Yeah, don't put in the apostrophe.
Let's kvetch at cleanspeech.com. You can email us and we'll get you onto the studio.
Is the email working?
Stop already. It'll work. It doesn't work yet, but it will. Okay. By the time that, why don't you?
By the time, okay.
That's our weekly kvetch always is. Is the email working?
What's today's date? No, we don't need it. Okay. We're in May sometime.
It's in May. End of May.
Okay. All right.
Coming up on Shavuos.
Right.
The holiday of kvetching. No, I don't mean that.
No.
I don't think it is. I think that's right. But actually, the Jews being in the desert was really a kvetchy time. You know, the Jewish people before Shavuos, after Egypt on the way to Mount Sinai, there was the greatest kvetch of all times over there.
This is the Devar Torah part.
And then followed by the topic of the day. In fact, there is a very solid source in the Torah for kvetching.
That being?
Well, several times during the desert experience, the Jewish people go to Moses and Aaron, their leaders,
yes,
and they kvetch.
Yeah. So we don't have, water. Did you bring us out here to die in, here?
Exactly.
Yep.
And anything that happens in our nuclear genetic phase, it's sort of our fetus stage of the Jewish people, right, as we're going to develop into the powerful, massive world power and world kvetching power, I should say, that we are. Anything that happened then comes out. So in the future.
I see. So because our ancestors then were kvetching.
Right.
That's
it's deeply ingrained.
It's in
the Jewish personality.
Got it.
So if you thought you weren't going to kvetch,
no, because
you're wrong.
No,
you are.
It's an automatic thing.
Yeah.
I mean, it's a guarantee.
It's part of our genes.
Okay, but if we kvetch responsibly,
then we can take it to the next level.
Right.
We can kvetch our way into the world to come. That's what we really want to get everyone. Let's make sure that we don't go the other direction with our kvetching, because we could. We're not going to do that.
Okay, so speaking of traveling, I traveled this week.
Okay, really?
So is it yeah?
Oh, Mazel Tov.
Right. Thank you.
You had a simcha in Chicago.
Chicago. My grandson had an upsherin.
Mazel Tov.
It was great.
Explain for the listeners, maybe they don't know what an upsherin is.
An upsherin is the first time a young Jewish lad will have his haircut.
As opposed to a lassie. Because we mean a boy. In case they don't know Scottish. No, they don't know Hebrew. They don't know Yiddish.
I don't know why you used the word lad. I don't know.
It's the first time I've ever heard you use that word ever.
So a Jewish boy, first haircut. So my grandson Akiva,
Mazel Tov,
named after Rabbi Akiva.
The great Rabbi Akiva. Wow, illustrious name.
Right. So it's Akiva Menachem is his name. Anyway, so he had his first cut. So I traveled. So I traveled. Unfortunately, my wife couldn't go. But so can we talk about airlines, is that Lashon Hara? I mean, can we...
Ooh, there's a great topic of kvetching over there.
Yeah, so, yeah, I mean, we all have horror, I mean, just stories on airlines and, you know, the whole traveling scenario. It's just, it's...
Did you ever see that video, United Breaks Guitars?
No.
You're not familiar with that?
No.
So this is a funny story. This guy, he's a musician,
Yeah.
and he's traveling. I don't know. He's not a well-known musician, I guess. He's got his guitar. They make him check it. They put it on the plane. He's looking out the window,
Yeah.
and he's watching like these baggage handlers down below on the ground, and they're throwing his guitar on there. Falls off, whatever, and he comes out of the other end, and it's literally broken in half.
Okay.
He spends all this time writing in reports, filling out forms, submitting a request for reimbursement,
Right.
and he gets
Do you
nowhere.
have receipts? You have receipts?
Receipts, I don't know, it's
Oh my
guitar.
gosh, yeah.
Anyway, finally they do nothing for him. He's very upset.
Okay.
And he makes to respond, he makes a video called United Breaks Guitars. He writes a song called United Breaks Guitars, makes a video, goes viral, of course. And the moral of the story is United ultimately chips in and gets him a guitar after that. They took such a black eye from the video. It's hilarious.
Okay.
So that's a kvetch.
No, that's a kvetch.
That
So-
could be even effective kvetching.
How so?
Well, the guy didn't get his guitar
Right.
until he kvetched about it, and then he got his guitar. Is that maybe you could say that's kvetching with a purpose?
So, all right. So you can kvetch until you get the response or
So you get your way.
Do you get your way?
I don't know.
I don't know.
I don't know.
I don't know. Can we talk? Yeah, we'll talk about that.
Let's think about that for a second.
So, but I have right. So the the other thing, because coming back now, again, this is not the airlines issue. Maybe there was a weather issue from somewhere else in the country. Our plane, we didn't take off 2.5 hours until later.
Oh,
and I
remember
think I texted.
You texted me. 2.5 hours.
2.5 hours. It
On
was
the
just-
plane or in the terminal?
No. We were at the gate, and we're waiting for a plane to get there. It would be nice to actually get on a plane, but there was no plane. So that was one thing. It was just I tell you, I love to hear other stories of traveling.
We should have a whole separate genre of kvetching called travel kvetching.
Travel.
Air travel and air travel kvetching.
So let me ask you this, because I did not sit in the in the window seat.
Exit row,
Well, besides that,
first class,
No,
back row.
I don't even know what first class is. Not in the
Back by the
airlines.
restaurants?
Not like the airlines. Right. I was going to Chicago. I was in the back of the bus. Okay, fine. So, but let me ask you a question. So the person sitting in the window seat, okay. So you have the shade, right? Do they have control? I mean, the whole row is you have control whether you want it up or down. We have no vote.
Yeah.
I mean, the person in the middle and the person in the aisle. Do we not have a vote?
You weren't in the middle, were you, by any chance?
No, I was in the middle. Both
Oh,
ways.
that's the worst. Oh man.
So actually, but coming back, lucked out because there was nobody next to me, so I moved over to the aisle.
Okay.
Let the person in the window, but this particular person, I don't want to say she or he, closed
Did the person have a gender? I think you could say it. It's okay.
Close the shade.
You don't want to
Close the
inculcate
shade.
all women. This is a women's thing. All
No,
women are
no,
implicated.
no, I'm not. No,
not saying
don't go that. Don't go that.
She didn't open the shade. Okay.
This person's
The person. They didn't open the shade.
I don't know what that. This.
I'm just trying to help you out. Go ahead. I'm with the
I
kvetching.
don't even know pronoun. Okay, but they
Tag
went
team
to Denver
kvetching
public
here.
schools. So shut the shade. I'm like,
You wanted it closed?
No, I wanted it open.
You wanted it open.
They closed it.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
I'm like, who gave you the right to?
Yeah. Maybe that comes with the window seat. I don't know.
I don't know. Is it written on the ticket? I don't get that.
Did you? Let me ask you something. At the time, did you register a kvetch right then and there, like a prompt? Is this only kvetching in arrears to me on the show, or did you say something?
No, I should. No, but you're right. I should have texted you like, I don't get this. What's the deal?
You should immediately This is one thing that's important to do, which is
Or
kvetch promptly.
I could have emailed if I knew that the email was working.
Yeah. So you know what? I think this is a great demonstration of a very important kvetching point that we should be making, which is there is a difference between kvetching when it's effective and valuable,
Yes.
and just kvetching for kvetching's sake. At this point, my friend,
Okay.
and as we say in the Mama Loshen, Zagornish Open, there's nothing we can do for you now. If you kvetched at the time, if you said, "Excuse me, kind lady," and she was a lady, I don't know, you didn't tell me that. Would you mind? Maybe she would have.
Could I say that?
You could have asked.
I could have asked and said.
I'm not saying she would have said yes.
And
But kvetching at it now, does that help you?
no, you're right. It doesn't. I mean.
Okay, so I'm just.
So,
There's a
what
good.
Can I do now? What can I do now?
Exactly.
But so the next time I fly, B'ezrat Hashem, that I'm gonna say, okay, before we leave, just so you know, if I'm not in the aisle seat, in the window seat, I still have a right to determine whether the shade goes up or down.
Are you sure you have that right? We're still not sure about that. We're gonna have to appeal to the airline to see if you do.
Yeah, right.
Maybe if you are 1/3 of the row, you could ask to have it 1/3 up. You're bottom third.
Is there an FAQ on the airline's
FAQ, please?
Right. Frequent. What is
frequently asked questions of the Federal Aviation Administration
on the airline's website? Can you control the window shade?
I'm a little less interested in the window shade than I'm about what I feel is like a fundamental in kvetching that is coming out from the story, and
the fundamentals.
Yeah.
What are the fundamentals?
Well, so did you just hear what I just said in that?
Yes.
Okay, so I believe
I was here. So
I think that there's something that you're saying, which is very important, which is maybe there's even a value to the kvetching after the fact. I think kvetching with a purpose, kvetching for not just for comic relief or for emotional release, but kvetching with a purpose. I'm trying to get something accomplished here. I'd like to have the window open because I don't know whatever. Why did you want the window open? So did you want to take pictures out the window?
No.
What did you want the window open for?
I like a scene. There's see the guys rolling the luggage things. Maybe I want to see that.
Yeah, you want the view. Okay, so you're entitled to a little view, and you wanted to get the window down. So at the time, you should have said something. Afterwards, now you're kvetching. There's no point in it.
Right, because I'm kvetching after the fact,
right.
and I could have maybe nipped it in the bud right then and there.
Oh, I'm saying there's a value to maybe we shouldn't call it kvetching, but maybe speaking up.
Okay.
All right. And afterwards, if it's prompt, it's speaking up and it has purpose. And if it's afterward, that's when it becomes kvetching.
Well, please email at.
You want to vote? Let's get a readers, listeners, write in
viewers.
here.
I think the term's viewers.
Viewers.
Yeah.
If you're on a podcast, wherever your favorite podcasts are found, those are listening audience.
Yeah, but,
you're watching us on our YouTube channel.
Well, we're going to have on the YouTube.
At this point, we already have it already. They're watching it on YouTube right now.
Serious?
Somebody maybe.
Wow, that's exciting. Don't forget to send it to friends.
Share. Click. Send. Kiss. Whatever. That's just all the verbs. All the verbs of liking our podcast.
And don't forget, kvetch responsibly.
Kvetch responsibly.
I think we accomplished that.
And send in your kvetch.
Okay, beautiful.
Is that we call it a wrap?
I think we're good.
We have a takeaway here. You think we shared some value, kvetching value to our listeners today? You know what?
There's a time that you don't that you can accomplish what you want to accomplish, so you don't have to kvetch afterwards.
Right. Be Tachlis oriented. Tachlis is a good word to learn today. Let's learn the word Tachlis.
Okay. And is that Hebrew or Yiddish?
It's Hebrew.
Hebrew meaning?
It means goal. Goal oriented. Keep your eyes on the prize. Focus on the goal. If you have something to say it at a time when it could help. Don't just kvetch about it later. Right?
Well, I know the
Be
word
Tachlis.
Right.
Let's talk Tachlis.
Let's get to the bottom line.
Right.
Okay. Well, that was a good session. It was a good episode.
If you'd like to tell us if they enjoyed our podcast, send Howard an email at letskvetch.com. Let's kvetch at cleanspeech.com.
Beautiful.
Let's Kvetch at cleanspeech.com. Until then, folks, Kvetch responsibly.
Thanks for watching.
Welcome to the show. It's Let's Kvetch, where mindful speech and wisdom always stretch. Rabbi Raphael, Howard on the mic, dropping Torah gems every day insight. Let's Kvetch, let's not forget. Choose words wisely, no regret. Guard your tongue, learn the flow. Jewish vibes on the podcast. Let's go. From Lashon Hara to keeping speech kind, every syllable affects the divine. Pause before you speak, breathe and reflect. Every day, my Vaughn earns respect. Howard's got the laughs, Rabbi keeps it deep. Lessons on the lips for your soul to keep. We're talking truth, talking shalom by it. Heart stays soft when the tone stays quiet. Let's Kvetch, let's not forget. Choose words wisely, no regret. Guard your tongue, learn the flow. Jewish vibes on the podcast. Let's go. Rhythm of the mitzvah, speech is gold. Lesson in restraint, let the story unfold. No gossip, no hate, keep the temple clean. Listeners engaged in that mindful routine.